on the phone now. Going to go take a call here in just a moment, but you can get through 216-539-7535. Welcome back in. Breaking news during the break here. Josh Gordon, no doubt he knows that he's going to play football this year, and I think he may even think that he may have an opportunity to come in and help the Browns down the stretch run here. Very quickly, change of pace for him. Got his DUI or DWI taken care of. He pled guilty today in North Carolina, and he received a suspended jail sentence of 60 days. In exchange, he will serve 12 months unsupervised probation, have a $100 fine, and $290 in court costs. His driver's license has also been suspended. Gordon didn't even have to go. His attorney took care of that for him. And now that that is officially in the books, he will be on the hook for an additional 2-game suspension from the NFL with the new policy that, by the way, is not formalized. Or here, I'll read you the sentence from a website here. It says, that's one of the new policies that will be enacted when the new drug policy is formalized. Something that could happen any day now. 2 weeks later, there's still any day now with this thing. But I'm just saying, whenever this goes down, you count back the days and go, man, Jared was laughing every day going, keep holding your breath. It's going to be any day now because they're taking their time with the done deal, man. Anytime anybody ever tells me something's a done deal, I will never believe it from here on out, strictly because of the NFL and their drug policy. But anyways, with that now, the suspension would be adjusted from 10 games to 12 games because he would have 2 games tacked on to the suspension here that he's currently serving, which means the earliest Josh Gordon could come back would then be the Browns' 13th game of the season, and he would be eligible for the final 4 games of the season. So quickly working to get that done so they can move on to the next set of that here. So we'll see. But as it sits now, he could face an extra 2 games, or the NFL could decide not to. But I can't see how they would decide not to, since that's kind of a cut and dry part of the new policy. So I anticipate, I said to you guys all along that he was going to get another 2 games with that. I fully anticipate it will be a 12-game suspension by the time it's all said and done. And we'll see. But that's where things stand now. We'll wait for the latest. We'll wait for them to finalize that done deal over there, and then we'll see what's up. But Josh Gordon got that case taken care of. And the other thing too that we haven't talked about that is that he's going to be able, whenever this new ruling does get ratified and go into effect, he won't be persona non grata. He will not be banned from the buildings. Right now, he can only go when speaking to a clinical visit as far as his treatment is concerned. So at least here, with the new rules, he will be able to attend certain meetings, and he will be able to work out in the building, and he will have more communication with the team, so it's not such a separation there, which is big because for the Browns, they want to get him in the building every day, not to talk about X's and O's and plays, but just to keep a hand on a guy. I mean, idle time is the devil's plaything, and the more leverage and structure that the Browns can give him, the more he has a place to go every day and go to work. He had a car lot, but I think he would prefer to go to the football facility. But it's a good thing for him, so for any of them. I've never liked that part of the NFL policy way before Josh Gordon. I always thought that was counterproductive to completely ban a guy from the building, especially when he may need help. And I don't in any way mean Josh Gordon, but there's other guys with situations like that need help. And they're banned from the bill. It's like, come on, man. Like, sometimes, as you guys know, the worst thing that you guys that can be done to somebody is to take them away from people and from things. You isolate them, and then things just get worse. So keep that in mind there, and perhaps that's something that they'll be correcting here with this, which I'm very happy to hear if that's the case. But anyways, that's the latest with Josh Gordon is that right there. So we'll update some more when we know some more. And we'll continue talking about that. And tomorrow, we're not here tomorrow, but the next day, we'll talk about it on Thursday. We got a loaded lineup. I'll get into that in a minute. Chris Davis, real quick, did you guys hear that? Speaking of stories breaking here throughout the day and this early morning and afternoon from the Orioles. We just talked about him the other day. If his name sounds familiar, he's got a 25-game suspension coming here from the NFL because of the because of the amphetamine use. He was caught, and he's going to miss the rest of the season and potentially up to 8 games in the playoffs there. I have no idea why. Both of my callers, I just lost them. I tried to put them in queue, but hey, man, if you can't sit there and understand that just because you're not hearing me doesn't mean you're not on hold. I've already explained this to people, but 216-539-7535. Oh, there's a couple more coming in. 216-539-7535. Davis helped save some people here yesterday afternoon. The suspended Orioles slugger was on the scene of an accident with an overturned truck, and Davis got several other people to help him lift a pickup truck so that they could get a man who was pinned underneath the truck, save him and get him out of there. One of the Orioles fans that was helping said, when I looked at the first guy on the scene, he had a very strong resemblance to Chris Davis, but he didn't have any Orioles gear on, so I wasn't sure. We looked at each other, and I said, are you Chris? And he said, yeah. And I said, that's a hell of a way to meet Chris Davis, helping save someone's life. So you know what? If you're going to be out serving a 25-game suspension, that's the way you get your name back in the news. Not getting in more trouble, helping save somebody's life. That's a cool story. That's really cool. Hey, not just athletes. How many just regular people would drive past an accident and keep going, let alone people with millions of dollars at stake and with high-profile lives to pull over, see the accident, stop and help. I give credit to that, definitely. Chris Davis, you've gotten off my bad list here with your 25-game suspension, even though, shame on you, that was a hell of a job there. Good job. Love to see people be heroic in a situation like that, especially when they don't have to. So the other thing I want to talk about, all kinds of things going on here. I had like a whole different plan for the last segment. Then I'm like, bam, this popped up, that popped up, this popped up. Fourth and Loud, I mentioned it before. I got a chance to see it for the first time last night. And I know some of you are probably saying, oh, well, hey, look, I'm busy. And I know that Gladiator season is over. The Arena Football League season is over. Matter of fact, I watched the episode about the Gladiators last night. I caught a whole run of this. I think I might have watched 6 or 7 episodes of this thing, but I may not have caught the whole season. I don't know how many was in it. I saw the middle episodes where they were losing a bunch of games. It's terrible. Have any of you seen Fourth and Loud? It is made for TV football. Is exactly what it's like. It's like you took a movie and chopped it up. It's so terrible. You got Gene and Paul and the Kiss guys, and it's so funny to watch them try to be serious businessmen and sports guys, and like they have a meeting with the head coach and they're like, we're gonna let you run this team, but if you lose, we're going to be all up in you, and we're going to take over running this team. And you've got like the celebrity owners, which are the guys from Kiss, and they think they're running the show. And then you've got the actual owners, which are the money guys. They think they're running the show. You got a general manager who thinks he's running the show, a head coach who knows he's not running the show, even though he wishes he was. And the whole middle episodes are about just destroying this quarterback that they've got. And it's so funny because the story that they're telling on the TV show does not match reality. Like, the offensive coordinator is making bad play calls. I know some of this from covering the Glads and watching what the Kids did this season, but they're making mistakes that have nothing to do with the quarterback, and every person on the team, after every bad play, they throw stuff down and they go, we need a quarterback who doesn't throw interceptions. I'm like, your running back just fumbled the ball. We need a quarterback who doesn't stink. Like, your defense just gave up a 70-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown, whatever the length of the field is. Every mistake, they blamed it. And, I mean, it was dramatic. They kicked stuff. They put holes in walls. They threw stuff across the room. Everybody drops F-bombs left and right. It's just the most melodramatic ridiculousness you'll ever. I encourage you, if you like football but you like really stupid, entertaining, mindless reality TV, this combines it. And you like Kiss, this combines it all perfectly, man. You gotta watch it. You've gotta watch Fourth and Loud on AMC. It's terrible. It's that bad. It's the train wreck that you can't turn away from. I'm just watching it going, like, this is terrible. If this was a regular TV show, it would get skewered as the most poorly written, poorly acted, just poorly conceived concepts and everything. And then I saw the episodes where they trade the quarterback, and they're having these completely disingenuous conversations. Like I just told you, every play, JJ Redick, the former quarterback for the Kiss, when he looks back at this season after playing it and then gets to see it, he's got to realize how lucky he is not to be in LA anymore, because they blamed everything on him, and then they sit him down and they have the talk, and he's crying, and they're explaining to him what a great guy he is and how much it hurts them to do this. The same people who in the cutaway just 10 seconds ago were telling you that he's like the worst quarterback in the history of professional football. And it was not in those words. I'm being dramatic here, but much like they are being over dramatic. But I'm telling you, it's bad TV that's good because it's so bad. And watching the Kiss guys, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley trying to be football moguls, man, and trying to lay the hammer down. Then they come up with the bright idea in the middle of the season to go find a retired quarterback and bring him out. He's one of the greatest in the league. They get Aaron Garcia to come in, and but he wants to be. He calls his own plays, and they brought him in because the coach. The coach, they didn't like the way he was calling the plays, but nobody had the sack to go tell him that he's a bad play caller. So they brought in a quarterback who's known for ignoring the coach and calling his own offense. So now you've got a head coach who just sits on the sidelines, just watches the team play. And now, and this was the last episode that I saw last night, and of course the season's over, but I left off at the last episode. They're now complaining about the new quarterback who goes out there and just calls a bunch of random plays that have no rhyme or reason, and he's just out there calling stuff. I'm telling you, if you like bad football, this has got stuff for you. If you like football, it's got stuff for you. If you like entertainment, it's there. If you just want to watch rich people waste a whole lot of money, there's stuff there for you too. Because I can tell you, and that was funny too, one of the conversations, one of the owners who actually pays for everything went up to the Kiss guys, who they don't pay for anything. They just attach their name to it. That's their equity in this thing. Hey, man, we need to cut down on the halftime festivities. They're costing like $400,000 a game, and we're just throwing that money away. And then you watch the Kiss guys. They sit and think about it for a minute, and then they give the businessman answer. Well, we don't want people to think that we're abandoning ship. We can't lower the quality now. If we lower the quality now, people are going to know things are going wrong. So we have to stick with what we're doing. Do you understand? We have to stick with it. And then you can see the actual guy who's paying for all this going, well, that's great, but that $400,000 a week is coming out of our pocket, not yours, you know. But funny stuff. Never go into business with the Kiss guys. I'm just telling you now. I got a funny feeling that unless they're on stage, in makeup, playing songs written by the band Kiss, you're not going to have a successful business venture with the guys from Kiss. So anyways, Fourth and Loud, for pure entertainment value, I highly recommend that if you got some time to waste, you go catch up on the first, maybe last season of that. I'm going to go to the phone lines. Caller, you're up on the Sports Fix.
Yeah, good morning, J-Rock.
Good morning at 2:15 in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
hey, real quick, have you ever seen that show? Have you seen the show I was just talking about? Did you ever get a chance to catch that on cable?
I watched it a couple of times.
Isn't it
and
terrible?
I thought it was just too ridiculous. So.
It's terrible. It's like the most phony thing you'll ever see. And they're all talking trash behind each other's backs, but they're doing it in front of cameras. And then Gene Simmons just acting like he's, just the owner of this thing. It's great. It's the biggest, funniest football series I've ever seen. I love it. Forget playmakers. I want more Fourth and Loud, man. It's great.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm a Kiss fan, so I have watched it a couple of times. But
did you see the Gladiators episode? It was cool getting to hear Doug Plagans in there a little bit, hear his commentary and stuff. But they did have an episode where they got stomped by the Gladiators.
Okay, I didn't see that one. But
they got stomped by everybody. They won like 2 games all year, but anyways.
Yeah, but they did have nice girls dancing in the cages above the field, though.
That's right. Nice. For $400,000 a week, you better have some nice girls and some laser lights and some fireworks and all of that. Meanwhile, there's like 47 people